The business management genre arguably wouldn't exist in its current state if it wasn't for a man named Chris Sawyer. He is the man behind the popular Transport Tycoon games. While he may have sparked this genre, his original games wouldn't be playable if it wasn't for OpenTTD. OpenTTD is a reverse-engineered version of Transport Tycoon Deluxe that was created by the same man responsible for uTorrent and Spotify. OpenTTD allows players the ability to play the original 1994 game on modern operating systems. OpenTTD wasn't just a patch or a mod, it was a completely reprogrammed version of Transport Tycoon, converted to the programming language C. This same version has been updated for over 20 years by a dedicated community of fans and programmers. In this video, we are going to delve into the backstory of OpenTTD and the man behind it. We're going to talk to the current manager of OpenTTD and the leader of the massive community surrounding it. Hi, I'm Zach. I create documentary videos covering the history and topics surrounding the gaming industry. This is OpenTTD's backstory. Our story starts in 1994 with the release of Transport Tycoon by Chris Sawyer. The game allowed players to own and operate a transportation company. The player would need to build roads, highways, and airports to connect the cities to the world. Fans loved the game, but some felt that it was lacking. Back in 1994, an update couldn't simply be released, as this technology didn't take off until the 2000s, leaving Chris Sawyer with only one option: to release an entirely new, updated version of the game. A year after the release of Transport Tycoon, Chris Sawyer released Transport Tycoon Deluxe. It expanded and improved upon the original idea of Transport Tycoon, and players loved it. The game built a cult-like following around it, and some even created their own forums dedicated to the game. These forums allowed players to discuss and share their ideas with many enthusiasts. Many discussed that while the game was good, it could still be improved upon. This is where the first modifications of the game were released. A very popular one that was mentioned many times while researching for this video is called TTD Patch by Joseph Drexler. It added new graphics, vehicles, and industries. Players loved the patch, and even modern players of OpenTTD cite this patch as being the reason that they enjoyed the original game so much. However, players in early 2000s were faced with a looming problem. Both Transport Tycoon games were released for MS-DOS. DOS was an operating system that was released in the early 80s and was used until development ceased in 2000. Newer, better operating systems were released, and unfortunately, Transport Tycoon Deluxe was not compatible with them. Players were forced into an ultimatum: continue using their old operating systems or lose their favorite game. A man by the name of Ludwig Strigius took the problem into his own hands and started working on a new version of the game. He reverse-engineered Transport Tycoon Deluxe, meaning he rewrote the game in a brand new programming language. He used C. C is a programming language that is still updated and supported today. He worked on this project for about a year until one day he reached out to a man named Owen Rudge. Rudge is the owner of the largest Transport Tycoon forum called ttforums.net, and he also manages OpenTTD's website, donations, and licensings. I reached out to him and he allowed me to interview him for this video. My first question to Owen was how he became so involved with OpenTTD. He told me, so back in 2004, I received an ICQ message out of the blue from a guy named Luddy. Luddy was the nickname for Ludwig, saying that he had been working on a reconstruction of Transport Tycoon Deluxe, and it was about 95% complete, and if I would take a look at it. Slightly dumbfounded, I was happy to, and was amazed at what I was given: a nearly fully functional, almost perfect replica of TTD, from memory. Luddy said that he wasn't too sure what he was going to do with it, so we chatted for a bit and I encouraged him to release it as open source. We came up with the name OpenTTD, and he granted me permission to license it under GPL, and I released it. After Owen's exchange with Ludwig, Owen posted to his forum announcing the amazing work Ludwig had done, and encouraged his community to check it out. Owen told me that Luddy initially wasn't planning on doing any more work on the project, but when he saw how excited of a reception it got, he did come back to contribute more work for a while. Over the next year or two, Ludwig would begin working on another project called uTorrent. After uTorrent, Ludwig moved away from working on OpenTTD, but development didn't stop. Owen allowed others to join a team of voluntary developers to help with the growth of the project. Over time, they finished the last 5% and went on to add features from TTD Patch. They continuously added new and better features, as well as updating the game to ensure support for newer operating systems and hardware. The most amazing part of this story is the fact that updates are still being released. almost 2 decades since the original release of OpenTTD, and almost 3 decades since the release of Transport Tycoon. The main reason OpenTTD has had such a long life is because of the amazing community that has come together to contribute ideas, content, and support, as well as the continued work of the development team. Content creators have also played a huge part in driving new players to the game, me being one of them. One of the most influential creators that continues to post about this game is the Spiffing Brit. Alone, he has attracted millions of views to gameplay of OpenTTD. In fact, if it wasn't for him, I don't believe I ever would have found this game, or its amazing community. If it wasn't for creators like him, OpenTTD may have died off, as many of our favorite games do. Another big part of the community that deserves attention are the people that release free mods for the game. Many of these people do it as a way to show support for the TTD community. These modders allow players to expand their gameplay experience and play the game the way that they want to. The modding scene for this game has allowed for the game to feel fresh and exciting, which alone helps increase the longevity of this game. There are many communities within gaming. However, OpenTTDs provides an interesting and unique look at how dedicated players can transform a dying game into an expansive, evolving community that works together to ensure their favorite game continues to grow. As for the future of OpenTTD, that is truly up to its community. Currently, I don't see development stopping anytime soon. If you'd like to check out OpenTTD, there's a link in the description. Also, consider checking out Owen's Twitter as a thank you for allowing me to interview him. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.